This talk is brought to you by UserPilot, the all-in-one tool for product, UX, customer success, and marketing teams. With analytics, in-app user onboarding and engagement, and in-app surveys.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Product Drive. I hope you are ready because up next we have got the incredible Maja Voje, a best-selling author and GTM expert who has worked with giants like Google and Heineken. I'll never stop saying that her energy could power a city. And today she's diving deep into the GTM strategies for AI products. So sit back and enjoy the talk.
Hello, product drivers! Are you ready to go to market? Hi, my name is Maja Voje, and today I'm going to present you a zero-budget go-to-market plan for an AI content tool called Post Rewriter. I have a bad news to break immediately. If you are here for a lot of theory, a lot of mental models, and just like theoretical frameworks, this is not the best type of presentation for you. For that stuff, I have my LinkedIn. So if you want to delve into theory, definitely scan this QR code and join me there for theoretical discussions. But today, we have work to do. All right, to check the temperature in the room right now. How many of you are right now launching AI products or features? Please write in chat. Feel free to promote your stuff, give links, whatever, why not? But I really need to know who is actually in the trenches with me here. Okay? Okay. Keep them flowing. Keep them going. Super, super. Let's warm up, people. All right. Right now, in my portfolio, 70% of clients are either launching AI products or AI features. And we all know AI is hot and whatnot, but you know how it is. Some things that we do in go-to-market are specific to AI products. And whenever we have something like this in presentation that we will do today, I will let you know. But the main principles apply to other products and services as well. So after being beautifully aligned, let's check out what is the structure of this presentation today. I think there are 4 principles that are absolutely mission critical when you are bringing your AI products to market. First, since the majority of personas that I see out there are quite BS, we need to empirically prove our ICP, ideal customer profile. So we need data to make these decisions with confidence. 2, when it comes to just like positioning, guess what? People don't buy it just because it's AI. So the ultimate test is, can you communicate your 10x value added without even mentioning AI? All right, then AI, as you know, has real costs, especially if you are application on top of an AI model and you have to pay for their services. So when it comes to pricing, we should be testing willingness to pay as soon as possible. And last but not least, wonderful question, how to get customers to our products and more of them. Here, I just prefer cheap or very inexpensive ways. Why? Because first of all, I'm Slavic and I love free stuff. And second of all, before product market fit, how much budget can you really spend without knowing that it is going to be well invested? So this is our plan for today. And now we need to dive into what Post Rewriter even is. It's very simple to understand. First, you have a long piece of content, for example, a white paper, a case study, a blog post, whatever. Then you paste it to a web app called Post Rewriter, which was trained on 60,000 viral LinkedIn posts, carefully curated by a copywriter, and you get a catchy LinkedIn status out, actually multiple versions that you can select from. How do I know that it works? Because I have been using it myself for the last 3 months, and my estimation is that it saved me 90% of time, just like doing my LinkedIn work. So love it, but guess what? I'm not the hero of this story. My friend Tim is. Tim is a brilliant copywriter. He has created email marketing campaigns that sold hundreds of millions in products for his e-commerce clients. And right now, in his main venture, he's building those AI engines, how to do email marketing at scale. But because Tim is such a good copywriter, everybody was bothering him like, Tim, why don't you write on LinkedIn? I mean, you're so good at this. And his go-to solution usually is, let's tweak ChatGPT to do this for me. This is how Post Rewriter was born. And right now, in terms of understanding Tim, it's really important to know that it's not the only problem that he's facing in his life, right? It's just a small little chunk. He recently got married, then he's even rethinking whether this is a sustainable, investable venture because it is built on top of OpenAI model, and then like how good should the product be in order to even be launched, and a couple of other stuff. So when it comes to go to market, it has very limited bandwidth in his life, but luckily he has a very good friend who's obsessed with go to market. So I was like, Tim, listen, we got to do this right. The tool is really good. I'm using alpha. I'm really satisfied with the results. So why don't we meet every Tuesday at 5 and go through what was done, what should we do next, and talk about the results and how this strategy will be evolving. He was luckily up for it, so we can share this presentation today. Before we dive into 4 principles, I need to have a little bit of reality check with you. When it comes to go-to-market and go-to-market strategy, it means different things to different people. So let's align here in chat immediately. Tell me your best definition of go-to-market. What are we talking about today? Please write your own answers. Come on, come on, come on. I really need to know this. Okay, some people have been reading. That's wonderful. Okay. Great. Have fun in chat. But let me just tell you that when I'm working with companies, our first interaction is usually to really align on this, because oftentimes people mistake go to market for either marketing or product launch. Whereas in reality, go to market is much more. It includes target audience selection, market research, positioning, pricing, just like channels and whole marketing thing, which I like to call go-to-market motions, which is a repeatable and scalable way how to bring customers into your product and prepare for scaling phase, is just one chunk of this, right? So let's agree what we are talking about today like this, and let's jump straight into 4 lessons. First one, empirically prove your ideal customer profile. Why? Because the majority of personas that you will see out there are quite ambiguous. It could be Hans from Germany who likes skiing and drives Volkswagen, and he happens to be head of accounting somewhere. That's barely relevant if you're not selling Volkswagens or skis. So how to do personas way better? Whenever we are going to market, I prefer to make decisions, any decisions, with confidence. And for confidence, I need evidence. I need empirical proof. You are probably familiar with validation methods and research methods presented here. So yes, we should always be doing interviews, but when it comes to AI products, because there is actual usage costs as people are using your product for free, I prefer to prioritize much higher confidence methods than just like, yes, people will say in the survey that this looks cool and maybe they will use it. So I am leaning towards either co-creation with a client, pre-sale, doing bunch of marketing tests, or just launching and reverse engineering what happens. This is exactly what Tim and I did. We had a mission to bring 1,000 users to the product. And out of this, the assumption was that 100 of them will be activated from just like this general buzz. How did we bring 1,000 people into the product? Yeah, it was not very problematic because it's a free product that does something interesting. So we could use very simple methods such as content teasing on LinkedIn, then personal network. Of course, why wouldn't you tell people that could benefit from your product that you exist? I don't see the reason why not. And Facebook groups where Tim and I have been active previously. So yeah, they kind of trust us there. Very, 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 very non-sophisticated methods how to get 1,000 people into the product. But what is interesting is what happens next. We observed the retention curves, the cohorts, and we saw that there were 3 groups of users who ended up using this on a weekly basis and were super happy with outcome that they were getting. Here are they. First group of users were just like founders, preferably like software as a service founders. But yeah, their goal on LinkedIn is literally to create demand generation for their products and services and to promote their stuff in simple words. Then there was me and a couple of other long format writing geeks who just like invest a lot of time in our prime assets, and then we need to repurpose this really quickly in catchy LinkedIn posts. And we were very surprised to see copywriters and agency people, so people who are professionals on LinkedIn, using that in attempt to boost their productivity. So this was the initial spectrum of people who were using Post Rewriter. But because we introduced the monetization quite early on, we'll talk about this later, we discovered that out of those 3 types of users, only one retained and monetized. That was the founder, the entrepreneur that is using LinkedIn to promote their products and services. And for now, this will be our main focus. We will literally become obsessed with this person. In the meanwhile, we did learn that our customers are on LinkedIn, surprise. Then that they follow influencers, certain LinkedIn influencers, they tend to get better in their LinkedIn activities. And also maybe interesting that the majority of them have marketing, growth, business backgrounds, that they are not extremely technical people. Some are, but not in the majority. So, okay, based on this simple reverse engineering exercise, we had a pretty good idea who is the target audience that A, likes the products and get benefit out of them, and B, that we can capture some of this value created to eventually create a sustainable business. First mission accomplished. Let's move to the next one. What to say to those people? When it comes to positioning and messaging, first rule really is that people will not magically buy it just because it's AI for something, right? So the ultimate challenge becomes how to communicate, sometimes even 10x value added needed to convince somebody to take your product for a spin without mentioning AI in a most extreme case. Here, Tim and I had like a little bit of a quarrel. Why? Because Tim comes from very direct response world, buy now, time is running out, only 3 pieces left. And I have been working with technical teams for the last 15 years, so I'm kind of trained to think like a criminal. And when Tim just like pitched this tagline on the website, turn any content into a viral LinkedIn post, I was like, really? I know that not any content could be a viral LinkedIn post. I mean, I have evidence on my LinkedIn profile that it's not the case. So yeah, it got a little bit tense. But tell me in chat, how do you feel about those promises that we give on the website? Do you like them flashy, Tim, or are you thinking like a criminal and double checking, fact checking everything what is written there, Team Maja? So yeah, just give me a temperature or some really cool examples that you know from either your customer or business life. This one will be fun. Enjoy, people, enjoy. Chat is a wonderful way to interact with each other. Okay, so I went on a mission to convince Tim that we could do much better than this. Of course, as a consultant, I have to look extremely smart and well educated whenever I'm making such proposals. So I use this metrics. Positioning, as you know, is never done in isolation. Our persona, Alex, the founder, has multiple different competitive alternatives how he could be solving this problem, and has like a set of rules, decision-making rules, buying criteria that he is using when comparing different alternatives. Upon doing a lot of customer interviewing, we understood that Alex is considering having this LinkedIn work done as a service, so he could hire a ghostwriter. Then he can just like tweak something in ChatGPT himself and train his own models. I mean, he's technically capable to do that. Or he's also considering a couple of more direct competitors, for example, Taplio. And what is important for him? First, will it work? Expected success. Second, effort. How much time, how much effort, how much energy do I need to invest in this, in making it work? Then price, another no-brainer, right? But where it got more interesting was when we analyzed more personal buying criteria. First, I don't know if you know, I didn't know that before this project, that any sort of LinkedIn engagement tool which is offered to you as a Chrome plugin, it violates LinkedIn's terms of service. So our product insufficiency for now, that we don't have a Chrome plugin, that we are a web app, so you are in perfect control of what you post on LinkedIn later on, could actually be used as an advantage. And nevertheless, you know how us founders are. When we find something like a very special little sauce, we want to keep it a little bit exclusive in order to keep the competitive edge and look cool in front of our colleagues. Upon scoring how well does a certain competitive alternative serves a certain buying criteria, we found a wonderful opportunity for positioning, which is simplicity. Simplicity. This product is super simple, 1, 2, 3, and it does the work for you. So that was our first bet for refined positioning. Next one. Based on just like understanding where could we compete in the competitive arena that I presented before, we had to develop pillars of differentiation, right? So consider two things here. Unique value proposition. What is the promise that you can make and also deliver in my world to your customers? And the second one, USPs, unique value proposition. Why you? How are you different? Why are you, and some people will hate me for saying this, better, the best than other competitive alternatives? Why are you the one to do the job for that specific personas? So I'm not a copywriter, team is, but I think that I have a pretty strong case here to convince him to reconsider this tagline on the webpage. Wish me luck. Okay, now we were thinking, we were analyzing. Now it's finally time to make some money, right? Because as users are using our product, we have real costs. It costs 20 cents in order to generate one batch of posts in the product as it is right now. So when users are eagerly using it, team is losing money if he's not monetizing. We had to test willingness to pay as soon as possible. How? Our first way of thinking was just like, okay, positioning is never done in isolation, neither is pricing. Like Alex knows how much does a certain competitive alternative cost, so we map this. There is one side of the spectrum which is like more DIY-ish and has lower price points, and there is a right part of the spectrum where there are more sophisticated tools and solutions that provide way much more value added than Post Rewriter itself as it currently is. So we had to realistically just like think, where do we sit in this competition arena? And our best bet, initial bet, was somewhere within the range of $15 to $25 per user per month, also considering the usage costs and everything. So, yep, that was our initial bigger room. The next question that I had to ask myself was just like, are we surely delivering this value added? And we used a proxy of a value metric, which is a holy grail of pricing, but come on, we are making LinkedIn posts here, so how much more money do we really make for customers? I mean, will we even know this because there is no feedback loop in their business data? But a good proxy would be time saved. I did just like a little bit of mental math. So if Alex posts 4 times a week on LinkedIn and it takes him 30 minutes in average to pimp up his statuses, then in the event that post rewriter can save him 50% of the time creating this, Alex, like his opportunity costs here is $1,350 approximately, if his hour would be worth $150. And if we save him 50% of this time, and if we can assume that we can capture with our pricing at least 20 or even 30% of this value added, post rewriter one day, as it gets a lot better, could cost up to $130 per user per month. So yeah, we felt a little bit better about the initial pricing hypothesis already. Cool. We understood the number. We sanity checked that the number makes sense. Now we had to figure it out how to charge for this. When I don't know what to do, I do a mood board for my apartment, for LinkedIn statuses, for everything. So guess what? We did the same thing for post rewriter pricing and packaging. We selected some really cool companies, competitors, aspirational companies such as Clay and Zoom, who are experimenting within millions in pricing pages. So why not learning from them as well? And a couple of other relevant products. And we came with these lessons learned that I will talk about with next. First, everybody has 2 to 4 packages that are super simple to navigate. They start with a free plan, and then they have like different paid versions, aka aligned with their personas, with the types of users that they are serving. Second, everybody is pushing yearly plans, so you can get huge discounts if you commit on a yearly basis. Pricing per persona is very present because obviously different type of users get different type of value and amount of value out of the product. So why not charging them differently? But where it got fascinating was when we had to define a credit. What is a credit? As a user, you get assigned a certain amount of credits, tokens. But the issue is this. If you give me 500 credits, how do I know what I can get with 500 credits? I mean, talk human to me. How many emails can I send? How many statuses can I write? How many presentations? How many videos? And I'm all the time just like speculating, will this amount of credits, if they're just expressed as credits, cover my usage needs? So please make my job a little bit easier and present your credit system in a way that I will understand it in terms of added value, jobs to be done that I want to have with this product. So that led to version number 1 of pricing page for post rewriter. First, free package. Second, just like benefits and expose there in numbers, which is super cool, but also we limited the usage because usage-based pricing is very important in AI products. It costs you real money to create these statuses. And then like we just incepted what could be a later package for later personas. But here, just like what we are doing right now, we will make this simpler. So we will just turn the middle 2 into the same package. And voila, this is our first attempt of pricing that we will have to revisit, A, whenever our product gets drastically better, B, whenever there is a new player in the scene, if we still make sense. And often it's just like the way that we set up a calendar reminder every 3 months to see if our pricing still makes sense. Okay, another part of this puzzle solved. What about next? It's finally time to get some users, to get more users into our products. And here I will be living on a shoestring budget because, Post Rewriter, it's a part-time project for Tim and I. We don't want to spend too much money to validate it. We will invest more if it takes off, but for now, we are doing it on a shoestring budget, just our time investment. Cool. So how did Tim and I select from what I like to describe go-to-market motions, which are predictable and scalable ways? How do you get customers into your products? And in most cases, like out of 7 that I defined, 2 or 3 work for a specific company. I will just briefly walk you through the logic of selection, how Tim and I were deciding between different options for go-to-market motions. Okay, inbound. Should we post about this? Should we create content? Yes. Not only did we do it, but also some users were really friendly and gave us shout outs on social media, which was super cool. And some like LinkedIn influencers started to engage in comments, which we didn't ask for. So that worked very well for us. Thank you, people, for all the amazing support. Second, outbound. Should we tell people in the Alex persona bucket that we exist and that we offer this tool now via DMs? Our answer was yes. So we did outbound as well. Paid digital, we really didn't want to spend the budget of this just yet, but I do know the teams that got to similar numbers by investing something like $200 in Google advertising. So don't eliminate it just yet. If you can spare it, why not? Why not? It could work for you. Communities, since we are in a lot of communities and we have like good social karma and people there are actively searching and discussing this problem area, that was another no-brainer. Cool. Okay, then we have a couple of more complicated ones. So can we really do partnerships, team up with other companies for cross-promotion on company product development when we are pre-product market fit? Our bet was no. So this one we didn't use. Then account-based marketing, product as it is. I mean, can we really envision that one day we could reach CMO of HubSpot? He would be using Post Rewriter and make a complicated plan of 57 steps, how to get him with account-based marketing and sales. Probably not our best bet at the moment. And yes, our aspiration is to be a product-led product. So this is something that we are actively working upon. And what we see could be hugely helpful in our product-led growth wannabe journey are growth loops. Why do we think they will work? Because people are already recommending Post Rewriter to other people. In the most simple way to understand the growth loop, a user does something that brings attention of other users or preferably brings them to the product. So Tim and I were thinking about this from the get-go because, oh boy, do we love leverage. You know from your consumer life that whenever you have like these growth loops and those logo presented here on the slide, that you have probably discovered these type of products yourself by participating in a growth loop, right? So how did you discover Loom? Probably somebody sent you a video. How did you discover Miro or Figma? Somebody sent you an invite or just like a board to work together on. So tell me if you have more exciting examples of growth loops, but yeah, let's keep the conversation in chat flowing. That's always very fun. But Tim and I, unfortunately, were not successful in building our first attempt of growth loop, which was, okay, our users are already creating tests with Post Rewriter. We're sure that everybody would be interested in getting the pictures as well, the images for LinkedIn, because we're not that capable of using Canva. So why don't we brand these images that are AI generated, and fingers crossed they will share them and create this awareness throughout LinkedIn? Well, we tried it. It didn't work. We are still very much hoping that we can either fix this one or find another one, because again, we are building on good fundamentals, and the story continues. To compare our plan of getting 1,000 people to sign up for the product, 100 active users, and at the end of the day, 50 paying customers on a shoestring budget. It kind of worked. I mean, we're still in the process, but we're super happy with the traction so far. Why? Because we don't know people that are using the product anymore, which is a great signal of product market fit. Okay, let's recap main lessons learned today. First, empirically prove your ICP. Don't make it up. Second, when it comes to differentiated positioning, please think how to communicate value added without mentioning AI, at least as a mental experiment. 3, pricing, test willingness to pay as soon as possible because this is costing you money. And 4th, when it comes to go-to-market motions, especially when you are really just starting out, please don't overthink this. I mean, the ground logic is very simple. You work on your strengths and you go where the audience is. So that was it from my side. If you would like to create your very own go-to-market plan for your AI products or services, you're welcome to use Go-to-Market Power Hour template. It is really popular, and it has helped like hundreds of businesses to develop their go-to-market strategy. I love it because it's simple. It's not a 50-page document, but something that you can do in really an hour to get the initial assumptions of your go-to-market right. Scan this code, take it for a spin, build your own winning go-to-market journey, and thank you so much for attending this presentation. I'll stick around in the chat for quite some more time in order to answer maybe the questions that you still have, and I wish you the best of luck and success going to market with your AI products. Let's go.
This talk was brought to you by UserPilot, the all-in-one tool for product, UX, customer success, and marketing teams.